Hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of 5 Minutes with Phil. Thank you so much for joining me here today on October 31st. And we know what day that is, don't we? Now, I recognize this day as being a day that is pretty controversial for a lot of different people, and I'm not really going to get into that, okay? So you just work that out as best as you want. Except for the fact that this is a day and this is a season in our culture that tries to put an emphasis on fear and being afraid, amongst other things. So as I was getting ready for 5 Minutes with Phil for today, I thought, you know what, why not take a look at what the Bible might say about how we deal with fears. And I'm not talking about a scary movie, or I'm not talking about being afraid of heights. What I'm dealing with is the anxiety and the fear that we deal with because of life, because of worry, because of circumstances. Maybe we're intimidated by people or by events or God knows what else. And I was reminded today, as I was getting ready to record this, of Psalm chapter 27. It's one of my favorite chapters in the entire Bible. And I want to look at the first 3 verses. And I want to bless you with this here today, to remind you that you don't have to live in fear every single moment of your life. Look at this. It says this: "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger. So why should I tremble? When evil people come to devour me, when my enemies and foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will not be afraid. Even if I am attacked, I will remain confident." Now, David is the one that's talking here, and this is a guy that dealt with a lot of scary, intimidating situations. Everything from taking on a giant to dealing with opposing armies, to dealing with loved ones that betrayed him and treated him wrong, and to all the pressures that came with being the king of God's people. And as I read this, David is reminded, you know what, I don't have to be afraid. Why? Because the Lord is my light. The Lord is my salvation. The Lord's my fortress. The Lord protects me from all danger. And David knew exactly who God was. And here's something I want you to grab onto, okay? You ready? If how you see your fears is bigger than how you see your God, then you're going to be full of anxiety all the time. Let me say that one more time. If how you see your fears is bigger than how you see your God, then yes, you're going to be subject to fear, intimidation, anxiety, and all that other stuff. But David ends the verse that we read here. He says, even though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart won't be afraid. Even if I'm attacked, I will be confident. Why? Why was he so confident? Because David's picture of his God was greater than the picture of his fears. David's view of his Lord was greater than David's view of his circumstances and those things that brought him anxiety. Yes, you know what? We're going to face difficult times. We're going to face tough circumstances. And we're going to face intimidation. Every single one of us, we're going to be tested that way. But that is the time to remember who your God is. That is the time to remember that God's bigger than your fears, and He's bigger than your circumstances, and He's bigger than anything that you might face. And if your picture of God is bigger, than the picture of your fears, then you can be confident. Then you don't need to be governed every day by fear and anxiety and worry and being afraid. And I hope that blesses you today. So on this day, fear not. The Lord's in control. Thanks for joining me. We love you. And we'll talk again next time, okay? Have a good day. Bye-bye.